What's up?
Chilling.
Chilling.
Good week. Good 3 weeks, right? Good
Yeah, it went by.
good 3 weeks at the Open.
I think it finally feels over. I guess I kind of felt like 3 weeks there was so much that we were doing between the open workouts and traveling and whatever, and then all the guests, which were super cool to have everybody that came on. So
Yeah, really appreciative of that.
yeah.
Like they didn't have to, and it was really cool that they did. Oh, Jethro, what's
Speaking
up, bro?
of the man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you
Yep.
for letting us film there and kind of having a bit of special treatment.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
but
cool that he judged me the last one.
yeah,
And that Jules judged my first one, and then I got to hang out with Matt Chan, and it was cool.
it was a good time.
But I do finally feel like it's over. Like the Open is officially over. Because it was just so much.
Yeah, and it was fun, and it ended up Colton won the Open.
Yeah.
It was it was so much fun. Had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And Jethro,
Yes.
yeah, the real Matt Chan.
Yep.
I cannot thank you enough for letting us get to come up there and do that. It was really
Yeah.
cool. Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Vicky. Yeah, I was very proud of myself, and I was very happy to be able to do it. And the last one was really, really tough, but super proud of myself for even attempting it. I could have easily just said, no, not going to do it. So it was really cool to.
Oh, Cole. For real? I haven't seen you in like forever. And I remember your original thumbnail that you used.
That is a very funny thumbnail that he
But
has.
that's awesome.
Yes.
Like you used a thumbnail from my favorite movie, so that was fire.
Oh, happy birthday, Jet.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro. Like, so cool.
I know you didn't get to call in for the last one, but that's okay. That's okay. It was cool. It was cool. Bill was awesome to talk about that with, and
yeah, we were really, really lucky with everything that happened, and honestly, none of it was scripted. Like,
no, not one thing.
Not one thing was.
Thing.
It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very fun. You loved it. You loved going to CrossFit Chief Nation.
Oh yeah.
You loved.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
We got so much swag.
Yeah.
It was a great time. Our kid ran around. It was so much fun.
He had so much fun every weekend. He's like, we're going
Craig,
to
what's up? Finally get to say hello to you, bro. Sorry.
We're going to Chief Nation again. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so we're going to go like every weekend. I'm like, we are not going to go every weekend, but we're going to go these next 3 weeks. And I mean, I don't know. The Community Cup is coming up too. So from what everybody says, once I get my badge and I figure out what level I'm in, then I guess I have to get ready for that. Right, Jet? Isn't that the next phase? Like, so I guess we'll have whatever the rules are for that. When they come out, it's possible that we'll do
Bedazzled. Yes, that was it. Yep, Bedazzled. It was fire. That was a great movie. I remember that. I watched it all through my childhood. But yeah, Jets Gym is the best gym to go hang out in and feel comfortable and just throw down.
Yeah,
it was
for
cool.
Sure. It felt it was exciting to be back in an affiliate. I'll just say that.
So
very, very excited to be back in an affiliate. So
we had oh man, Bryson, we had Bill Grunler, we had like, it was really cool, and can't appreciate them. Taylor, Lauren Khalil, like, can't thank them enough for coming on. During this. It was so fun. Had a great time. And now we're back to our regularly scheduled programming, which is
our kid.
What's happening?
Our kid.
What's happening in the world right now?
Yeah, well, that too. So
I think I really think that what we've seen a bit of, like, the election happened, we're going through all that, and I think that we made decisions based on our kid, right? Which is like, you make decisions based on your kid. If you're a parent, you can't help it, right?
Mhm.
That's how we feel, that's how we move. We move based on our kid.
Mhm.
And we had an election, and I think we all, like, we voted based on that for the most part.
Mhm.
And so now there's stuff coming out about people challenging gay marriage, or not people, but states
Mhm.
challenging gay marriage. But I think that we knew that. No, I don't think that we knew that. I know that we knew that when we voted,
Mhm.
right? Um, and so now that there are states coming out saying, like, "Hey, we don't want to do this." And it's the states that you would think. It's not the states that you don't think. It's like Texas and Idaho and,
Tennessee, I
yeah,
think Alabama.
it yeah,
Mhm.
it's the states that you would think, right?
Mhm.
Or, you know, stereotype.
Yeah.
And that's, that's cool. That's fine. That's whatever. But I think our baseline was, hey, you know what? If there's something out there that says that you can, like, transition my kid without my consent, and I don't know about it, and you don't have to tell me,
Mhm.
um yeah, no, absolutely not. And I feel like that's the natural react, like, this is our kid.
Mhm.
You can't tell us what to, and I would never tell anybody else what to do with their kid. Like, if you whatever you, like, I would expect you to vote against something that would tell you what to do with your kid.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I don't think people spent the time to pay attention to ask what that was that we would react to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that was the biggest thing for me, is that there was a challenge on, a past challenge on my parenting. I mean, I forget what it's called, but the one that passed in New York, um, like, it literally got passed that you cannot discriminate based on age, and the more that you dive into that, it is parents losing the
Mm,
right to parent their children,
yeah.
and that other adults can determine what is safe or unsafe to share with parents, and that I don't agree with at all. And listen, I'm not saying that there's specific topics and situations. If something is happening by parents to children, then absolutely they should be able to have the space to talk to other adults, counselors and teachers and stuff like that. I'm not saying that there's not a place for that. But when you start to put it in laws that is against all parents, that is where it becomes a very difficult conversation that most parents will not agree with.
Well, okay, and but we were ready for this, right? Like, we knew. Like, when we decided to vote, we knew exactly what might happen, right? Like, we
I did. You were more like, I don't think that they will because he didn't in the beginning. So, and again, this is not from the information that we've seen. And again, this wasn't like a deep dive into anything like that, but from what the information's been shared with us is that it's not him, it's not Trump, it's not the White House. It's senators that are bringing stuff to, the Congress floor, the Senate floor, and they're pushing for this. And they are categorized as far right extremists and whatever. And so I always thought that this pendulum was going to swing. I think in regards to him specifically, you were more like, I don't think it's going to be him specifically,
yeah, yep.
but I always felt that it was going to swing the other way. And maybe it's not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I really didn't. I mean, I thought that there would be opposition. I'm not surprised to the opposition that's happening. Corey Leonard, one adult should be able to marry another adult, full stop. Yeah.
Agree.
I also agree.
Adult decisions.
Also,
and if the kids were left alone,
yeah, we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
in this situation, but go ahead.
And okay, I don't want to. I'll pivot later, but I thought that this would not be so, and I don't even know if it so much is an issue. Like, I know there's talk, I know there's rumbling, I know there's, you know, like states want to talk about it. I get it. I don't think the federal government is talking about it. Or at least I haven't seen anything where the federal government is talking about it. I remember where this was before we got married, but people, like gay people, were able to marry in certain states, but the federal government didn't recognize it.
Yep.
Now it feels like the federal government recognizes it. It's not going to mess with it, but the states might mess with it. I don't know how that works. I guess we'll see if some stuff actually happens in states, like whatever. But the fact of the matter is how far did the left have to go to get us to be like, hey, I'm willing to risk my marriage for my kid? And I don't feel like they've ever asked us that. I don't feel like that's ever been a conversation. Like, how far, because I was very much always in favor of who's gonna give us gay marriage, who's gonna give us, all of those things. And they didn't. Like, this one, or no, they did give us all that, but now they've pushed us to a place where we're willing to give that up to say no. And they're not even asking us why. Like, as a parent,
I have to do everything that I feel like is possible to protect my kid. And if you go by the statistics that I've seen and I've heard, our son is a prime target for this gender ideology. He's autistic. How many studies have gone out that has shown data that a lot of these kids that have, identities crises and all this type of stuff, they're on the spectrum.
Forget spectrum, just kids.
Yeah.
Like, kids that don't understand.
I'm talking about ours specifically.
Yeah, of course.
But like all kids, you see these things, and I know you have, Becky Wise's post or whatever. And again, like, you don't have to agree with everything that people say, but this image is a very powerful image that she shared and is a very big example as to why these conversations are starting to happen. Like,
and you have, so
this one,
LGBTQ people are under attack. We weren't under attack, first of all. Like, we weren't. It wasn't. If you go all the way to, I don't know what up until 2021 or 2022, we weren't. We were chilling. Even trans people were chilling. We weren't. We were a group of people that were able to be like, hey, you want to live your life this way? That's fine. I will call you sir or ma'am or whatever it is that you want. No one's bothered by that, right? Like, you're a person. You want to live your life this way. We want to see you live your life the way that you want to live your life. No one's bothering you. You're not bothering us. Like, sir, ma'am, whatever. Cool. Like, that's fire. Now it's just so, you pushed everything to a place that we weren't ready to go. And also, you didn't ask us if we were ready to go there. You just wanted it for you. You didn't think about all of the gay people that have kids, all of the gay people that just are chilling. Like, you didn't think about that. You just pushed it. And now you have a whole bunch of people that weren't willing to push back against you, willing to push back against you. Why is that? Like, why? So here, yeah, because y'all rallied for this shit. Yeah, you did. You wanted it. It's cool. I get it. You wanted men and women's sports. You wanted kids to I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you probably felt like you're fighting for trans women and trans youth and whatever. I'll even give you that. Cool. All right. You felt like you were fighting for that. You made your bed refusing to listen to the gays crying warnings. We were begging you to stop. Please stop, because we were chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And we all saw what was going to come up.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
That this would backfire. Yeah. And we knew that it would backfire. And now you've acted shocked that your actions have consequences. And you're also blaming it on us.
Mm-hmm.
You're also blaming it on us because we voted for Donald Trump. And you think that it's our fault. But you won't even recognize what the push was that got us here. So you dug your own grave, screamed bigot. Yeah, you called us all transphobes and whatever, misogynistic. You called us misogynistic, and we were trying to fight for women's sports, and you still called us misogynistic. At me the whole way down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so now people aren't willing to. Yeah, David, you can call if you want. I'll try to make it work. But if you want to call, sure, fine. And you did all that, and you wanted, I don't know, you wanted us to support you.
You're not going to show the image.
Oh yeah, sure, I can do that. Yeah. And then, yeah, this is
the problem.
That's what you gave us. And then that was the problem.
Take it down. You don't have to keep it up.
And then everybody said, hey, stop fucking with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you said no, and you doubled down and you fucked with kids. And now we're all like, whatever. But also, we're all willing to not. We're willing to give up something that was really important to us, something that we fought for a very long time. We fought for gay marriage. Well,
we didn't.
We didn't, but
the ones that came before us.
They fought for it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just shit it away.
And all of it, like, live your life the way that you want, as long as you're not hurting or infringing other people. You know, if you believe what you believe, that's fine, but stop trying to force somebody else to believe it. If you want to live,
God, it sucks so much, because
if you're making the choice to live the life that you live, that is your choice. And you're going to have people that are going to support you on that. You are. But it's not going to be everybody.
That's not.
And it's when we have to stop worrying about what everybody wants and what everybody thinks. Like, you are my wife, and I will always call you my wife. People will believe me or they won't. They'll agree with it or they won't. They'll respect it or they won't. They'll celebrate it or they won't.
Also, I don't care, and I don't need everybody to do it.
As long as you're not going out of your way to physically harm me or you, or go after my kid, then that's fine. The most important people in my life know who I am and know who you are and respect us. That's what matters. And if you just left the kids alone, if you stopped putting them as your fight to win something, what were you trying to win? I forgot who said it, but there was a person out there that said, when you started putting kids in your fight, you brought a lot of people out that didn't care about who you were or how you lived your life that give a fuck now.
Yep. Yeah.
And you caused a lot of problems because there are a lot of things that that people are like, Corey Leonard said it perfectly. Like, one adult should be able to marry another adult, full stop. Like, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. This too, my political views are this. My gay married friends should be able to protect their pot plants with their AR-15s. Fire. Yes. All day. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about guns.
Yeah,
but
I'm
that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
but when you start to make things a thing or when you start to use kids, people that were not paying attention before are going to start fucking paying attention. And that was the problem.
Yeah.
You're pushing it into school curriculums and saying that teachers need to teach this curriculum. Our kids can't read and write and barely can do math, but you want to make sure that they know what gender ideology is. Not only are you forcing it into the curriculum of our schools, but you're also telling teachers that they can teach it and not tell anybody about it. You also have books.
That was
pornographic books in children's libraries that they can take out whenever they want. And these books that are brought up in board meetings and read, the adults have the audacity to say this is inappropriate. If it's inappropriate for adults, you better believe that it's inappropriate for children.
Okay, so then I want to get into the Gavin Newsom thing, right? Like he's got his podcast. He's doing a thing with he did the podcast with Charlie Kirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a great podcast.
I haven't seen it yet.
I like the fact that Gavin sat through it and actually asked questions that he wanted to know the answers to. I know people think that like, he's gone. He's whatever. He'll never come back to center. Fine. Cool. Charlie Kirk is Charlie Kirk. But the one part of that interview that I absolutely loved was when Charlie Kirk pressed Newsom and was like, hey, you passed a law in California where teachers can't tell parents if their kid wants to be transitioned or if their kid has picked a new name or picked a new way to dress. Like, you can't tell parents or whatever. And Newsom fires back with, no, the law that I passed was that those teachers can't be fired for not telling parents. I think that's fucking just as bad. Like,
I just think keeping information like that is a lack of
I understand why though.
It breaks the trust. I mean, I talk to his teachers all the time, and there's something that, he was being bullied by another kid.
Yeah.
And we talk about it all the time and check in all the time. I have a meeting tomorrow, and we are constantly talking about everything and anything. So to say that they can't get fired for that, I still feel like that it's part of the code of conduct for teachers, that this is a big deal. There's something going on. There's why are we not all on the same team?
Okay, so wait. So this is why we're not all on the same team, right? Like, back when I came out, or probably even maybe when you came out, if kids went to teachers for help and they were like, hey, I might be thinking about this. And a teacher's like, okay, I'm going to tell my parents. And the parents weren't okay with it. They might fuck up their kids. right? Like they might just be like, hey, get out of my house.
Mhm.
Hey, take all their crap away. You have to sleep on the floor. You have to do all this horrible ass shit.
Mhm.
And I get that. And I
Absolutely.
have said this multiple times. There is that. There is that thing. However,
So then my question would be, is because it is possible that there are bad situations, that everybody should be punished for
no,
those bad
it's not that
situations.
there is possible. There are bad situations for kids to go home to.
Right.
I've always said this. Sevon asked me this. He was like, hey, you should have been home for me when I was young was not the safest place for me. School was.
Right.
School was the safest place for me.
Mhm.
At that point when I hadn't told yet. Like school was the safest place for me. So I get there's a balance, like I understand why there's one side and there's another side. I get it.
Yes. But that is again why we always say you can't generalize everything.
But also, my grandparents were the best people on the planet. When they sent me home to my grandparents, I was fine because they were good people and they cared for me and they looked out for me and they made sure they knew where I was.
And your home was safe now.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I get it. I understand, like, sure, nobody likes Gavin Newsom. Sure. Nobody likes anybody on the right. Sure. Like, whatever. Every side is dangerous. Yes, dude. Every side is fucking dangerous. Every side. You
Mhm.
don't know which side it is, which makes it so emotional for us to do the right thing for our kid.
Mhm.
You don't know.
Mhm.
You don't know what teacher your kid's going to have. You don't know what law is going to be passed about your kid. You don't know how they're going to pass shit for the parent. Like, you don't know.
Mhm.
And it's fucking scary.
Mhm. That's why I'm a proud helicopter parent. Thank you. Proud.
Like,
His safety is the number one thing for me, and if we ever feel like the team that is around him in school, if we ever feel like that there is something going on, like, we're going to make sure that we are on top of it, because at the end of the day, no, Sarah, we were thinking about homeschooling him, but we're giving the school a chance. There was part in the beginning of the school year under a new superintendent that really wanted to push this curriculum and whatever. But we have been talking constantly to teachers and other staff within the school that if anything starts to come out about this curriculum, that if they actually start teaching it or forcing it to be taught, then we're going to take him out.
yeah, Matt Blady, parents produce the most successful kids, never apologize, or helicopter parents. Yeah, I won't apologize for that.
No.
Right now he's thriving.
Yeah.
There's a couple things we've kind of called into question, and people are answering our questions and people are
Yeah.
open to dialogue with us, so we're okay.
Yeah, and we've had very clear conversations with his teachers the last time that we were all there, that if Garrett starts having questions about why he has two moms, like, that is our conversation to have with him.
Yeah.
It is not their conversation to have. The only response that they need to give him is that families are all different. And that's the cool part about it, is that all families are different. The most important thing is that you have a happy, loving home.
The cool thing is, and I'll kind of share this, like, story, is like when I was younger, I think I've told a little bit of this story before, but I had a girl that like I like first girlfriend, well, not even girlfriend, but just first girl that I liked or whatever. And we it was early 90s and we just kind of had to hide a little bit. Like, it wasn't, that was the norm. Don't think like hide like now, but just it was the norm at the time, right? And we had adults that kind of would help us and talk to us and whatever, but those adults never told us what we were. Those adults never told us that we were gay, never told us that like this is how the lifestyle is, this is what to look to. Those adults were just like, hey, those kids need time. You're gonna figure it out. They told us you're gonna figure it out.
You want your 3
You
minutes?
don't know what's happening
Okay.
right now. Like whatever. There was no
Just a little bit, baby. Here, go brush your teeth. Spoiled got to stay up a little bit longer today. Okay, there's your timer.
Why are you spoiling me?
because you're always spoiled. Go.
You're doing. Stop pushing buttons.
Yeah.
Go brush your
I
teeth.
was trying to put that.
Okay, go brush your teeth.
There was no suggestion to anything that they ever offered. When they offered us help, it was just like, hey, kids are trying to figure kid shit out. There was nothing weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I can't for the life of me figure out why it's in school books, why it's in.
And why it's not okay to still have that response. Like, why is it not okay for parents to, or for teachers to just de-escalate the situation or just like simplify it? You guys are friends, just hanging out. Like, what's like, you don't have to label anything, worry about anything.
Heterosexual kids do that? Don't like just like when you're figuring it out and you're a straight kid when you're 14, 15, 16, aren't you just going to the movies to figure stuff out? Aren't you just, you know what I mean? I get that being gay is like, there's a little more pressure on top of that, but also up until fucking 4 years ago, there was no pressure for that. Like you know what I mean? You just kind of went through high school and figured it out. The same way if you're straight, you go through fucking high school and figure out relationships, sex, like dealing with your parents, like dealing with school, dealing with that's just a natural.
That is the biggest compliment that you can give
I
me.
would not want to be in front of Colleen's helicopter.
No, I can get pretty.
Yeah.
When it comes to my kid, I can get pretty bad.
Fair. She's a mama bear, that's for sure.
But yeah, Corey, this is my youngest has a friend that has 2 moms at school. She asked why, and we told her sometimes people have 2 moms. She rolled with it because we didn't make a big deal out of it because it isn't. And that's exactly what it is. So obviously in school, they talk about their families, and Garrett has 2 moms, and kids have asked, like, do you have a dad? And he's like, no, I have 2 moms. But he's also learning that some of his friends have dads. And he's also realizing that Garrett and I both have dads. He asks about, my father, his grandfather, all the time. He asks about her father. And so he knows that families have different parents. But he has not asked, do I have a dad?
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
That's
when
fair.
the conversation comes up, we will have that conversation with him. But it's not a thing. And I don't know why we have to make it be a thing to make other people comfortable. Like, it's not uncomfortable to us that we are 2 women. It's not uncomfortable to our son.
He knows he has a dad.
That he has 2 moms. Like, it's not uncomfortable for us. But yet for some reason, because it's uncomfortable for somebody else, they feel like they have to like justify it, or they feel like they have to overcompensate for it. And it's like,
or the thing that pisses me off the most is the left has to be like, yo, you have 2 moms, so you don't have a dad. No, he has a dad. That's that.
I don't know if he knows that though.
No, he does.
He definitely knows he has siblings.
He knows he has siblings, and he knows he has a dad. He doesn't know like a dad, like the concept that you and I know a dad, but he knows there was a male. Let's take back the term helicopter parent. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Just a parent. You're a fucking parent. Like, not even a helicopter parent. You're just a parent. You're the parent. You get to fly your own helicopter. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But God, just
overbearing parents, drone parents. Cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Cool. I'll take it.
It's crazy. I don't understand it. I've never understood it.
Yeah, where's the boundaries? Where's the,
Yeah.
and again, I'm not
I would never tell another parent what to do with their kid.
Nope.
I would never tell
And I've responded this way in front of one of my dearest mom friends who we are able to be very honest with each other. Her child asked about me and you. And I said, that's a conversation for you to have with your mom.
Yeah.
It's not my place because I also don't know to the extent that mom wants to share with their child. I simply said, this is Garrett's family. And she asked another follow-up question. And I said, I think that's a conversation you need to have with your mom. And I know her very well, very well. And I still would never step over that boundary with her.
Yeah.
Yes, child. 3 minutes.
Good job. Thank you for the phone.
Okay. You have 5 minutes and then you need to go to bed. Okay?
How many minutes are you?
Do you want to come say hi? Yeah. You can say hi. Just say hi to everybody.
Hi.
We got the robe.
We got the robe.
Sonic.
Your Sonic robe.
Sonic.
Yeah.
All right. Go.
All
Goodbye.
right.
You had
How
fun.
are you doing?
Goodbye.
All right. You have 5 more minutes of reading. And then you did like 2.5 hours worth of reading tonight, right?
Yeah, my kid has a March Madness
2
reading
hours and 30 minutes.
reading challenge.
So what's 60 and 60?
He's trying to read it. He's trying to like win this challenge for
120
his team
plus
by
30.
himself.
150 minutes tonight. That's a lot. 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's equal to a lot, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, if you read for 5-ish more minutes, then
Yeah. Good night. Kid is fire.
mhm.
He is fire.
Yeah. How dare I stay in my own lane? Right. Exactly. Like there's just certain things that are meant to be, the conversations are just meant to be had between the parents and their own child.
David, I can't imagine having to have an important conversation with a child. Yeah, it's not. It's so hard, and I can remember, my mom or my grandparents trying to have an important conversation with me, and you don't get it as a kid. Like, it's you just don't, like, your parent. But you have to start to have the conversation because they're going to ask you a million questions, and you have to be able to answer those questions.
Mhm.
He has to be able.
Listen, we're guilty of it. There was something that he was trying to say the other day, and you were like, but I just don't want to talk about it. And you and I kind of looked at each other when he walked out of the room, and I was like,
I have to talk
we
about
need
it.
to talk
And
about
it had
this
to
with
do with
him.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
It had to do with it because he asked me a question
Yep.
about the fact that I'm half Black. And so I have to be able to answer that for him. I don't want to because he's 7 and I don't feel like he should have to whatever, but he knows who I am. He knows what my dad looks like. He knows what his aunts look like. He wants to know.
Well, and now because of what was taught in school, now he's fixated on it. And so something that's important for us to talk about is that, like, people in history did cool things regardless of what they look like.
Yeah.
So it's not becoming an obsession. It's awareness. I mean, we talked about this with Jeremy on one of the headlines. Like, it's awareness that we all look different, and how cool is it that we all do look different, and we all come from different places and different cultures and backgrounds, and we all have different traditions, and like, how cool is that we're not all the same, but trying to change the perspective that it's not just because of that. It's because of the hard work that they did. So it's trying, again, you're trying to teach these kids something and make it be a thing when you're not always explaining it to them.
Yeah.
Like, Garrett's very interested in history. He wants to learn about history in sports, history in the world, history with us. He wants to know all of these things.
I never want him.
What up?
Oh, Ariel. We'll see you on
What's up?
We'll see you on Saturday.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
hear all about your open and high rocks and all that. So
that's gonna be fire. I never want him to have to to
That's a good point, Corey.
if everybody looked the same, we'd get
That's
tired
true.
of looking at each other. Yeah, fair.
That's very true.
Yeah, fair. Imagine if everybody dated the same looking woman. That'd be the weirdest shit ever.
Uh-huh.
But
especially when some of us have a type. I have a very clear type of women that I'm attracted to.
Mixed kids. You're very attracted to mixed kids, whether they're like
women.
women. Or,
mixed women.
Whatever. But yeah. But I never want him to have to say that to fit in. And this is gonna be a hard thing that I'm about to say. Pause. But to fit in, like the way that it's happening now, to fit in, to say that you're fucking non-binary or to say that you're whatever, like I don't want my kid to ever have to be like, well, my mom's half black.
As like cred, you mean? Like credit, right?
As like cred, as social cred. I never want him to have to say that. You know what I mean? I don't want him to have to say, I have two moms as social cred. I never want, I don't.
Like it just is.
It just is.
It just is, yeah.
And shit, that makes me so sad that like, you know what I mean? Because like I've had to do it and I've done it because I felt that social pressure. And it sucks. And I think if I remember correctly, I think Augustus Link called me out on it, and I'm pretty sure Bernie Gannon called me out on it. And I was just like, oh shit. I don't ever want to have to lead with I'm gay. I don't ever have to, like, if you ask me.
That's the big lesson I've learned in this whole podcast realm. So thank you guys.
Yeah. I don't want to lead with that ever again. And, you know, honestly, the last couple of weeks, like if I don't lead with that, I realize I don't get some of the like guests I want, if that's okay. I'm out of timeout, so I'll talk about it. But if I don't lead with that,
go to the bathroom and go to bed. I love you.
I don't get the guests that I want. So, but I'm not going to lead with that. I don't want to, or at least I'm going to make a conscious effort not to do that.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
You guys are so amazing. I believe if 80 to 90% of kids these days had two parents as grounded as you two are, this world would be such a better place. I have 3 great girls and a new first grand.
Congratulations on the grand.
Congratulations for that. And thank you for such sweet words. We're trying to figure it out one day at a time. David, call in whenever you want. We're good.
Yeah, bro. You can call in.
Good. Here comes our kid to say goodnight.
Yep.
So
this is what happens when we come on late in the afternoon or late at night.
Yeah, I'll come give you kisses. We're gonna be done in a little bit. Okay.
We're hanging out.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
We're just hanging out.
Probably 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, I came here so I could give you love.
I know. We kiss.
Love it.
I love you. Go ahead. Say goodnight to mommy.
Okay, Mike.
I love you. Yes, I will give you kisses when I come in.
Love you, baby. Are you taking Mila with you?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find the.
All right, close the door. Love you.
That was easy tonight. You there, bro? No, you're not there.
Oh, my bad.
What's up? Shoot, I got it. Oh, maybe it's this one. You there?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Yo, you guys should do topics like this every night, man. it's really, really good. So, you guys were talking about the whole transgender thing. I had a friend. I had a friend who warned me about this, and she told me, she goes, these people aren't being nice, and when they start, coming for you, it's gonna be a problem. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't really care, blah blah blah. When they started forcing this stuff on everybody, like they tried to. Like when someone messes with your property, you don't care what they're doing until they start messing with your property, right?
Yeah.
Nobody does. Nobody cares if someone's getting drunk in their house or doing what they're doing in their house. As soon as they come outside and they start getting in cars and killing people, stuff like that, then it becomes a problem. I was kind of like forced into trying to understand something that I wasn't interested in. And when I didn't show any interest in it, I was called a bigot, a homophobe, a racist, blah, blah, blah. I was assaulted last year at Gay Pride in Nyack, New York for wearing a Trump bracelet, supporting my friends and family.
Yep. Yeah. Nyack, that doesn't surprise me.
Yep.
Yeah, it was by the trans people there. It wasn't like by any I hate to say it, but like the LGBTQ, right? Like the Nazis and the LGBTQ are 110% the trans community there. And I know they don't speak for every trans person, but trans people, gays, you guys have to start, speaking up and telling these people to F off.
Okay, well,
they're ruining everything.
Let's not go with. So, I don't know what you meant by Nazis. Let's not go there. But like, yes, I think
they're kind of brutal in a way where they're forcing people into beliefs.
I feel like there's a minority, a loud minority that talks a lot, and a loud minority that funds a lot of this stuff, and I don't think it is what I grew up with. Like, it doesn't feel like it was what I grew up with. Like, the community right now doesn't feel like that. And so, yeah, that's why we're talking about it, because it's like, hey, we were cool, right? We were able to get married. Trans people were kind of left alone. They could have their like surgeries if they wanted. There were gay clubs where if you want to do drag. There was whatever, right? And then there was the one line that most of us wouldn't cross, and it was men and women's spaces, and it was the kids. And we were like, hey, we are willing to give up all of this shit that we just got to protect women and kids. And so it's
you guys, yeah.
Go ahead. What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I was just wondering, like, do you guys think they'll ever, like, you guys can turn it around or somehow be like less? I don't even know if you're part of the LGBTQ. Is every person part of the LGBTQ who's homosexual anyway? I mean, is that like a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're probably we've been shunned. It's very clear that we've been shunned from it. But I mean, I'm sure that, like, normally if you're gay or if you say you're trans or say you're non-binary, like, you're part of the LGBTQ community.
Well, if you guys have been shunned, that's unfortunate, because, like, I'm going to be honest with you, out of everyone online that I've talked to, I have never been called a homophobe by you guys. I've never been treated like a piece of garbage because I believe a certain thing or whatever. I really do believe that homosexuals, people of whatever you guys want to be, you have to understand that you're trying to explain something to people that really have no interest in it. And you can't just, like, if they come to you and ask you a question, answer it, but, like, don't beat me up over it, because I really, like, there's some things I want to know.
But let me tell you,
it's inappropriate when I ask.
But Noodles, I'll say this: I would never be having these conversations if this whole shit never happened. We would be literally quietly watching the podcast that we watch and being on Instagram and liking the shit that we like, and we would never have started talking if this wasn't some shit. Like, ever.
Well, real talk, you guys are awesome, and I love you.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
We always appreciate your support. You appreciate your support. You support us so much.
Screw
So
those people. Screw them.
You're awesome, bro.
Right,
always call in.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Yeah, it's just a thing. And like, as he was saying, part of it is that, like, they won't talk to us.
I was going to say that's the bigger thing. And I think that has been the very, like, the eye opener for me, is that there is.
What's up, Papa Birch? Good evening.
Hey, that's the difference that I have seen, is that you can't have a conversation and you can't disagree on something,
But who would you want to reach? Like, Okay. Oh, Kenneth. Hey, thanks, bro. Kenneth Lap, my boy, KDL. Yo, I say this to a lot of people. I don't say this to a lot of people, but I trust you guys with my kids. If you're talking about us, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Love you.
Yep. He was talking about us.
You can always hang out.
And Jet, yes, that is your dude. He loves you to death.
We'll always hang out.
And
yep. If you want to talk things out and you want to explain your situation, why wouldn't you talk? Like, why talk to the people that already agree with you? Why are you talking to the people that already agree with you? Talk to the people that don't. Talk to say something that like.
It's also very difficult to listen to people that are just shouting at you.
Trish has entered the chat.
Hello, Miss Trish. Like that are just yelling or calling people names or whatever, and there's just no ability to have a conversation.
Like, tell me why you think that fighting for trans kids is positive for kids. Tell me why. Like, I want to understand. I want to protect kids. My experience has not been your experience. If you think that like trans whatever for kids is important for kids, tell me why. Tell me. Talk to me about it. Help me understand why. But they won't talk to you. So now I don't have any.
The only thing that they say is if you don't, then there's a chance of suicide. Trish, you just missed him.
Yeah, you missed Noodles.
He already called in.
He was here.
You have to go back a little.
But they won't. And then they'll tell you that, hey, I hope that you can understand people that don't agree with you at some point. And it's like, I would love to, but you won't talk to me. So cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Ariel, absolutely.
I agree. The only way to create understanding, even if it's a disagreement, it is to talk about it. But that takes, yeah, dude. Like,
listen, I listen to a lot of people that I still don't agree with, and that's also the misconception is that everybody's like, well, you know, people voted for a person, and it's not that at all. It is not that at all. And I am still every day the things that you hear. It's like, oh shit, like what's going to happen and what's going to happen and what's going to happen. But the thing is that, you know, yes, absolutely.
That's fair.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Listening and hearing and being afraid, like, okay, I asked someone to come on the podcast. They sent me an email. They had looked up some old podcasts that I had done where I was like, you know, talking, like figuring out, you know, what my conservative values were or whatever, and talking to somebody that they didn't necessarily like. And it was an immediate, I was thinking about coming on your podcast, and then you had this person on your podcast, and then like you said this on your podcast. I was going to come on and set the record straight, but now I'm not. Why wouldn't you come on and set the record straight? Why would you automatically think we're terrible people because we talk to people from everywhere? But okay, like that's fine. Like it's fine. And I was like, I get it. I understand it. It's cool.
I hope one day we can.
I do too. I would like to. I want to know.
I hope we can. And I hope that,
because it's terrifying. It is terrifying being challenged by somebody else. It's terrifying. And you have to have, like Edging says, it's a skill. It is a skill. It's a skill to articulate your thoughts. Like it's a skill to critically think about what someone says to you in the moment. Not like, hey, someone said something and now you have 2 days to think about it and come up with some shit. To think about it as someone's talking to you in the moment.
Yeah, but also what's wrong with that? That's also something that you can do where if someone says something, you're like, you know what? I've never thought of it that way before.
There's nothing wrong with that. But the fact is that they want to have an answer for
right
everything
there.
in the moment.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And if they don't have a scripted answer for everything in the moment, they get pissed. But it requires like
effort.
Edging, effort.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't understand it, I'll say I don't know. Like I haven't heard enough about this.
Yeah.
Like there are certain topics that I'm not going to give a complete argument because I don't know. I don't know that religion. I don't know that history. I don't know that.
I say that for a lot of things.
Yeah.
There are topics that
I'm still trying
like,
to learn our own, like the religion I grew up with. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. You want me to try to figure out someone else's religion? I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
But I'll try.
Those are general statements that I will make. Like I wish people would stop hurting each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how we do that, but I wish people would stop.
I just there's so many things that I've literally just learned in the last whatever, but I'm willing to talk about it and I'll ask you questions. And you know what? You could ask me questions. Like the person I wanted to talk to, we basically had we're basically the fucking same person. Like the only difference is she thinks she's trans and I don't. But we grew up the same fucking way. So what? But you don't want to talk to me because I'm not trans. And I had conversations with other people that like, whatever, dude. It's cool. That's fine. And you want me to grow up.
That's true, Edging. That's true. I feel like that sometimes too. I'm like, I have zero idea what they're talking about. Yep.
But it's fine. Like, I just find it so weird that
there's power in communication.
You can't have a conversation. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, there's power in communication. They tell you in every other aspect of your life that the way to grow and the way to make things work is by conversation. I mean, they say it in marriage. The only way that you're going to be able to keep a healthy marriage, or what's the number one thing to a healthy marriage, is communication.
But authentic communication, or honest communication, or don't be afraid to like, hey, if I explain something in a certain way and it pisses you off in the moment, like, hey, I'm just trying to explain it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to ask you a question. I'm just trying
We've said that so many times. Like how you're saying this is really upsetting me and I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
But that's taken a long time.
And also like, hey, your tone of voice just changed. What happened? Why can't we have like, and I was like, oh my God, I don't feel like my tone of voice changed, but if it did, my bad. That's not what I meant.
Yep. Or getting to the point where you say something and I'm like, you know what? I'm triggered by that word. You got to give me a minute.
Jody, who is they? Did someone do you wrong? Generic? Are you referring to a group?
A group.
Yeah.
A group. But yeah, there's been times now that
unconditional communication kind of.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what it has to be. If you're going to have a real conversation with someone that doesn't agree with you or you don't understand each other, it has to be it has to be in good faith. Yeah. Unconditional, like any
Absolutely,
of those terms.
Birch. Yeah, it is. That's any relationship.
Yeah.
And then the depth of that obviously depends on
how comfortable you are, how much you trust each other, like all of those things. So,
but that's the thing. I am crazy hopeful that more conversations will be had and we get to that point where it's really okay if we don't all agree.
Haven't we always not all agreed and everything was fine? Like, I feel like that we had that at some point.
I mean, it's possible, and I go back to this whole idea that, about the internet or whatever. I think the internet is great for so many things. And I think it's so bad for so many other things. When you get into the algorithm of an echo chamber, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting and it's so bad. And I'm not saying that that there are not people and parts of the world that are going through really, really bad shit. But when it's all the time and it's all you read and it's the same echo chamber, I mean, I constantly get challenged with how I feel. I don't agree and I don't believe everything in every conversation that you and I have had, that every conversation we've had on this podcast. There are a lot of times where I'm like, wait, what about this way? And thinking about it this way or asking more questions. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad at anybody for it. I'm just genuinely curious as to why somebody thinks that way. And I think that if you can change the perspective of there's no judge, I'm not judging somebody. I'm also like, I'm not judging somebody. And I can also leave the conversation with, you know what? That person and I will never agree on that.
And that's okay.
And that's fine. So I'm hopeful that we can continue the conversations and that people are willing to have the conversations and share more information than
Hey, before we get out of here, do you want to react to one more thing? We both semi-reacted to it, but didn't.
Oh boy, sure, go ahead.
We didn't fully react to it. You want to fully react to it?
Is it a cat video? Oh, in the chat before she plays this video, I gotta know favorite reels: cats, funny cats, or funny dogs? Okay, go ahead.
Good God. Okay. This is another one. This will just like cap off the night, and I'm interested in what you guys, as the chat, thinks about this. I have a couple of.
But you have to answer my question first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Funny cats, funny dogs. Kenneth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I gotta know.
All right, we'll sound those off.
Oh, I did send you this.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Okay. All right.
Funny glint.
Funny glints. All right. You win, edging. Fair. Melinda Clark, funny cats. Ariel, funny dogs.
I have cat allergies. What, even in reels?
Cats. Kenneth, dogs. Okay. All right. Fair.
I only asked because my wife thinks I'm ridiculous because I cry laughing too.
She laughs at cats. I laugh at dog videos. Okay.
Both of them. But I don't know which one I laugh more to, but they're both fucking funny. I'll have to find one. Go ahead. You can.
All right. I'm gonna need the chat's honest opinion on this at the end. And yeah. Here we go. Let's see.
Hate crime 5 times in one night. Okay.
Oh shoot. Why is this? What did I do? Oh, hold on. Let me turn the volume up. All right, volume.
3 of them by Trump supporters.
What happened to you?
I was just walking, and then I see this truck full of 4 white men pass by me, MAGA apparel, everything, you know. They drove past me, and they were like, you bend over.
So they said the N-word on campus to you?
Well, yes.
Okay, so what happened to them when you reported them?
I didn't report them.
Threatening to rape you is an intent of a crime. Did you go to the police? You file a police report? You hire an attorney? You sue the school? Did you go to the civil rights office? Do you file a civil rights complaint? Did you do any of that? Because you should.
Was it a
Okay.
couple times?
No, did you? Tell
I
me.
don't know if you can play the whole thing. Can you?
Yeah, I can. It's Instagram.
Oh, YouTube, you can't?
YouTube. You
Oh,
can.
okay. My bad. Go
I
ahead.
did not. But
Why?
I'm not going to argue with you.
No, but you're coming in front of 2,000 people to say it. Why did you
Right.
not go to the university and say this happened?
Next instance, they threatened to rape me and then just drove off.
Hold on. So a bunch of Trump guys who are largely white heterosexual males then also threatened to rape you?
Different group of people, but yes.
I'm going to show you the university official, and why don't you go file a Department of Education complaint, and let's find these terrible people that did this to you. Can we agree?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll think about
and by the
that.
way, we'll be able to look at security camera footage, and we'll see.
I'll think about that. Okay.
Okay, I'll think about that.
But you didn't do that.
Can I try
though.
to finish?
You'll think about it. Hold on. Why wouldn't you want to do that immediately? No, honestly, I think you're Jussie Smollett at this campus. I think you're completely making this whole thing up. I think you are a complete liar because I am now giving you an opportunity to report this at the high. I will bring this to Linda McMahon, the head of the Department of Education, the federal government. I will make sure these people are arrested by Kash Patel, the head of the FBI. And you'll say, oh, I'll think about it. Because you're making this up. You're doing this for a political purpose. So will you, no, seriously, Kash Patel will get involved. Yes, it's a hate crime. That's not acceptable. Will you do this or not?
That's really cute, Charlie, but I'm trying to give you the opportunity to alleviate hate within this group of people who have a shared ideology.
But hold on a second. There's no hate. There's just love of America here in this audience. That's all that's here today, okay? That's all that's here.
I was hate crime 5.
Okay. So First of all, I just want to throw out there's a bunch of cuts and edits in this video. So I don't know. I've been waiting for him to put out the entire video on YouTube.
Right.
But from this video specifically, yeah, that's wild. Like,
Oh, hi, Chris.
oh, what's up? Yeah, what's up, Chris? I have a hard time with this. I don't want to be like aggravated with it because I want to be like, hey, there's probably more to this. There's cuts and edits and whatever. But at the same time, like, why are we doing this again? Are we going to start this again? Are we going to start where like, because Trump's president, we're going to start to throw out fake hate crimes and we're going to start to throw out fake LGBTQ crap. We're going to, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't want that either. Like, if Trump is going to fuck up, I want Trump to fuck up on his own.
Mm-hmm.
If the Democrats fuck up, I want them to fuck up on their own. Like, I just fuck up on your own. You don't need help. I don't need paid protesters. I don't need any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no strong reaction. Okay, fair. I hope that this isn't what it comes to. I really want this to be like, hey, Trump's in there. If he fucks up with Elon and Elon fucks up, or they all, well, let's see. Hold on. I got you. What's up? What can I do for you?
Okay, I was a friend of mine told me all in. I'm you were talking about how the tranny movement has destroyed the rainbow movement.
Sure. Well, not destroyed, but I think it hurt it.
I'll put it this way: people, I think it was the left has a way if they never learn, and that's the way I see it. They just never learn from their mistakes, and they keep pushing and pushing until people push back, and that's the biggest problem. You know, they think they can keep moving forward, moving the goalposts forward until people get bad enough, and that's the reason why Trump got elected.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that do you think that the Democrats are just doubling down at this point? Like, they're not even trying to hear?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's going to be their own destruction. I think the Democratic Party is going to lose. They're going to lose a lot of states in the future. I believe that the blue states on the East Coast, we're already starting to see in Pennsylvania, they're going to turn red for years.
Oh,
it's just going to get so bad in the states that people are going to get sick and tired of it. They're just going to vote for a Republican sweep, and they're just going to turn red, and they're not going to turn back blue again.
You don't think the pendulum will swing back? Like we've already seen, right? Like, so the left pendulum swung really far. Now we just had the right pendulum swing really far back. You don't think the left they'll do the same thing? It'll swing.
I think it'll be a long time before the left can ever get power again after the things they've done. It'll be a long time. I can assure you about that. The right is going to keep winning in America, and I think if you're on the left right now, I'm going to give you some advice. You're not going to like America in the near future because it's going to go really right wing, and so I'd get your passports and go to Canada or Europe while you still can.
Do you think that it's always going to be very far right, or do you believe with time that it'll be more center but right-ish, where it's not so extreme on the right?
But it's going to take a long. I'm going to tell you from the perspective of the right, we're sick of this. You know what I mean? And we're sick of basically the left having power in this country. And we've seen what happens in other countries where the left takes power. It goes communist. And we're not going to let that happen to this country. And that's what we're seeing is that, yeah, we might center in the future, but at this point, the left is going to lose America. They're going to lose it.
Let me ask you this. Do you hold on. Let me ask you this. Do you want to see a center? Or do you always want to see an all right? do you want it? Do you want to see a center where it's like peace, love, and happiness, and we're all kind of like, hey, smaller government, but gays and lesbians can be happy, and like kids flourish, and the economy's great, and whatever. Like, do you want a center?
I believe that this kind of thinking is anathema to human nature. Human nature doesn't change. Okay, this whole peace, love, and hippies doesn't work because it's not in line with human nature. Human beings are, by nature, we are very we are very clannish, like tribal, and we are very we are territorial, and that's how it is. And trying to change human nature has always been a communist goal. The communists and the left has always believed in change human nature, and it always failed throughout history. So this whole peace, love, and everyone getting along, I think that's wishful thinking.
Yeah, I think so too.
I guess I'll always be a wishful thinker.
Yeah, I think that's what fucked us up a little bit this go around too. And you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think pretending like there's never going to be racists, pretending like there's never going to be homophobes, pretending like there's never going to be transphobes, and trying to make everybody not be those things kind of fucked with us this go around. Like, there's always going to be those people. It just is. I think,
sadly.
Yeah, I think Pat Lang said it on the show this morning for Sevon. Like, it just, they're out there. There's always going to be that. If you have parents that raise their kids that way, there's going to be like, that's going to happen. And it sucks, but you can't force everybody to like everybody. That's impossible. You kind of learn that in fucking high school. You know what I mean?
And not everyone's
And the
gonna
best
like you.
thing you can do, I think, if you're one of those people, is to have your own communities separate from everyone else. So you'll protect yourself. That's what most human beings done throughout history. People who are different.
That's so tough for me. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. Like, I want to, I want to push back. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want Dr. Umar's school for black people. I want everybody to be able to be in yeah, I know.
That really doesn't work in the real world, does it?
Fuck.
It really doesn't work. And the thing is, human nature doesn't change.
I want to date snow bunnies. I don't want to have to
you married one, so you're not going anywhere. So we're already here.
But a lot of people on the left wish they could change human nature, but the problem is you can't. You just can't. No one can. And the thing is, the one thing that the right gets right, I think one of the many things that the right gets right on my side is that we're not trying to change human nature. We work with it.
Fuck, what is pro-peaceful segregation? What does that mean? I don't even want to see the word segregation. What the fuck does the word, what does that mean? Peaceful segregation?
Well, I believe that every group of people has a right to exist. You know what I mean? And every group of people has a right to exist in their homeland. This whole thing that we can all get along and everyone can basically, who have different cultures, different beliefs, different values, it just doesn't work. You know what I mean?
What's your homeland?
This is
where's
homeland,
where is your homeland though?
Well, I'll put it, everyone has a right to exist. What I'm trying to say is that whoever has a right to exist, everyone has a right to have their own little piece of the world. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to say. To put it bluntly, I think if you look at it this way, is like you can have your own little piece of the world. You can have your where you can have your values, but trying to force it on the rest of society is what the left tries to do. And the left seems to have this idea that human nature is interchangeable, and it's not. It's not. It's basically, we're set in stone. We have genetic programming, you could say, that cannot be changed.
that is biologically ingrained into our brains and physiology.
All right,
it's not going to change.
You're an interesting dude. You're gonna have to go the same route as Noodles. You're gonna have to call back a couple times. I have to digest a little bit of this first without you before I can't get into full conversation with you yet. I'm gonna have to. First of all, I'm gonna have to look up half the things you just said, and then I'm gonna have to have 8 million conversations and figure out how I feel about this. But I like you. Call back. This was fun. I enjoyed this.
Thanks.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling, bro. Okay, I need like so many minutes to figure out what this. Okay. I don't know what that is. He's from India. I don't know what that. An Indian from India. All right, I'm gonna have to figure this out. All right, we're gonna have conversations. Yeah, I'm stuck on. I think that's what I have to look up is peaceful segregation. I don't think I've ever heard that, and I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I feel like if there's a section of the population that fuck, I don't know. I don't want to hate Dr. Umar, okay? I want to love Dr. Umar, but like part of his shit is
because he's in the spotlight right now.
Yeah, I want to love him, but he wants segregation of shit, and I don't know if I absolutely. But then what about HBCUs? I don't know. I have to think about a lot of fucking things right now. It's I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's okay to not agree.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a hopeful
sounds
optimist,
like keep to your side of town. Yeah, I don't. That's hard for me. Like, and I want, like, that is literally a hard conversation for me. I don't want to be segregated from anybody. I don't think that that's a good thing. I think if you want to be away from bad fucking people who act like assholes and are douchebags, like, fine, be away from them. But to just be like, people have to be segregated, if that's what he meant, like, I don't know. I think that sucks. Like, I don't want my kid to be peacefully segregated. And how do you put peacefully in front of segregated? I don't even know how that, like, sentence structure works. I don't know. That was good. That was tough. I'll have to think about some shit. Segregation will create more hate, especially kids growing up in it. Yeah, right? Like, is there any way to get, like, you have war, right? And some country drops bombs on another country, and then forever those kids who lost parents in that country is going to hate the country that dropped bombs. So they're going to retaliate. So then the other country, whoever parents got, like, their kid, like, it's nonstop. It never ends. You know what I mean?
So is it more him saying that there's no place for groups to be proud of their heritage, their homeland, their culture, and whatever, without feeling like, oh shit, I just had it and then I just lost it.
I mean, if you're talking
like being,
like, Mexicans can be proud to be Mexicans, right? And Nigerians can be proud to be Nigerians. British can be proud to be British.
but there's a place for all of us to walk down the street together. I guess, kind of thing. Like,
I would hope, like, so that, well, oh God, that's a good one. So that argument of, like, can we be proud to be Americans? We just can't say we're proud to be white, right? Like, if we say we're proud to be white, that's horrific.
No, I don't know if we can say,
but we can say we're proud to be Americans, right? But is that what, Garrett? What did I do? Just summed up 2011 Afghanistan, the war on terror. Did I fuck up? What did I say?
when you said, with war, countries that attack other countries, those children are going to grow up or whatever.
Yeah, they're just going to hate you. And that's, Garrett, I have to ask, what is the interesting piece of art over your left shoulder?
Your left shoulder. Oh, that's
Caleb?
Hiller. No, Hiller. Which one's your left side?
This is my right. Oh,
side.
Screen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hiller.
it's
Hiller
Hiller.
fit.
It's a flag.
Yeah. No,
I was
flag.
like the left,
My bad.
right?
I was like, wait. But yeah, you can say, like, I feel like you can say you're proud to be American at this point, but I mean, I don't know if, does that mean you're saying you're proud to be what? Like, I don't know what any of this is. I'm literally asking questions, which I'm probably gonna get in trouble for, but I do know if you are like, yo, I'm proud to be white, you're gonna get fucked up. But you can say you're proud to be whatever else.
I like this.
But we are all people first.
I like that. I like that.
And
that's how I want to live, and that's how I want to teach our kid.
Yeah. And we like to do that. And we like
it
to
doesn't
not...
mean that there aren't mean people and there aren't bad people. It's just we don't have to. Yeah. I like that.
Crazy, right?
Listen, I'm hopeful in that. Maybe I'm a blind optimist in that, or naive maybe.
Yes, but you can't live together. You need to live in your homeland with your other homies.
Oh, Papa Birch's wisdom.
Get it?
I love Papa Birch's wisdom, especially at 9:40 at night.
Yeah, I know. We're up late, guys.
We are up.
This is Glitton's After Dark.
Oh
Pause.
boy. No, y'all are not welcome to Glitton's After Dark. You are not. You are not invited to that. Thanks, David.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
That was cool. And whoever your friend, I forgot what his slingshot something.
Yeah,
I like him. He's fun. I'm gonna have to think about that shit and research some shit. But yeah, so that was what happened today. That's what we're thinking about. Other than that, fun stuff is our kids starting
baseball.
Yep. So he's been
shut up, CJ.
Clinton's After Dark would have to be
behind a paywall.
Yeah, I was about to say. What's that shit called? Patreon? Right. Patreon, bitch. Like, what's up? But yeah, super cool, guys. Hope you had a great night. And yeah, we'll be on with Ariel just to chit chat about High Rocks and the Open and CrossFit and whatever on Saturday.
And,
just for fun. Yeah. We'll be doing way more of these, probably because I've been put in timeout by everybody else, but I'm not in timeout anymore. I'm out of timeout. So it's cool. It's fire.
Yeah.
Kenneth, you heard it here from me first. Oh hell yeah, I love baseball growing up. Yeah, he's
very, very excited. He did ask you, I don't know, or he did ask me, I don't know if he asked you, but he would like to know if you're going to get his glove this weekend. So you need to make sure that you
he and I planned it. He didn't tell you the plan? He probably didn't tell you the plan because
he asked me if you were going to, and I said, I don't know. You have to ask mommy.
No, we're going. Yeah, he probably didn't tell you because he knows if he goes with just me, he'll get way more shit. Because I'll buy.
That is between you two. Listen, that is something that I remember was one of our most important conversations.
Baseball. Yeah, I took myself out of timeout. I don't care if.
That was one of the most important conversations that we had when he was younger, when you wanted to take him to a barbershop without me. And at first I got upset because I was like, I just have to be a part of this kid's life in every aspect and whatever. And you were like,
no, we're going to the barbershop.
I would like to have some time with my kid. And I was like, you're fucking right. Like, go have time with your kids. So anytime.
But you have to understand, our barbershop is fire. It has a giant television with sports on all the time and the good news channels.
But that's the thing. There's some things that I'm okay with not wanting to do.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay that I don't want to do this. And this is something that's going to be very special for the two of you to do. So if you want to, you're his mother.
He just got his first, I'm sure half the chat is not Mets fans, but he just got his first Howard Johnson card. He just got it, or, you remember Hojo.
I don't.
No, I know you don't.
I grew up in a Yankees house, so I married into a Mets house. I grew up as a Yankees fan. Bernie Williams, Derek Jeter.
No one is a Mets fan.
Posada.
CJ, shut up. God, that, whatever, bro. What fan are you? Mets? What the fuck? Shut up, David. You too? Fuck you. Bernie too. Wherever Bernie is, whatever. At least he's a freaking fan. Let's go Mets. Thank you, Jet. God damn. Shit.
Jet, when we take the boy to his first Mets game, we're gonna reach out to you and see if you and Jules and the fam can come with us. That would be fun.
fire.
That'd be so fun.
But yeah, guys, thanks for tonight. We just wanted to hang out, have a, I don't know.
Braves.
Oh. Braves since 1990. Dude,
you poor thing. Was that kind of the side?
He's amazing because the pitching staff that was like John Smoltz, fucking Maddox, like whatever. You guys were blessed. God loved you. he rained down brimstone and fire on the rest of us, but y'all got fucking John Smoltz and Maddox and God, whatever. Rangers, dude. You had a couple good years. Tom Glavine, yeah, dick. Whatever. Rangers, yeah, that was fire. Oh, Rocker was the guy that got beat up at the nightclub that my buddy bounced at. It was shoot, what's babe? Help me out. It was the
I don't know.
No, you know it. We went to it with oh God, come on, where Will was the bouncer at.
Oh,
Bordy Barn.
Yeah.
Barn. Yo, Rocker came into the Bordy Barn and got shit faced. And then my buddy threw him out. He got fucked up. He got like punched in the face or whatever. Welcome to the Hamptons. The Bordy Barn is no joke, bro. It's just like
it's not even there anymore.
No, it's not there anymore. It's just like solo cups.
No,
like, it's like
Kenneth, not Bordy Barn. Yes.
Yeah, Bordy Barn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Pink Pony Club. Nobody fucking what? Yeah, Jethro, the Bordy Barn. Yeah, and he got fucked up at. I don't know if you remember that. It was in the papers, but I happened to actually be there because I brought my buddy lunch, and then it just kind of went down. It was fire, so fire. But Colleen loved the 100 Days video with Lil G. Yeah, they're having a great time.
He is having so much fun, and watching him try to jump a jump rope for 100 times today was
amazing,
hilarious. It was so good. But he is competitive as fuck. So, day 2, Bill's so great. He reached out. He's like, love these videos. How's he liking it or whatever? And I was like, he is competitive as shit. He is so excited for this. All he keeps saying is, I'm going to win the money. So every day he asks me what's the 100-day challenge today. And he does it. He does it with me every single day. But then I think today he realized, he's like, wait, mommy, 100 days?
Yeah,
I said, yeah, baby, 100 days in a row. Like, he's like, but that's a lot of days. And I said, yeah, that's a lot of days that we have committed to doing this. And we're going to do it every day, whatever it is. But it was, I think like the light bulb turned on today where it was like, today's day 4 and I still have to do 100 reps of whatever, so it's fun. It's fun. I thought it would be a fun way to get him active, to keep him moving and to support Bill and Inferno and be a part of that and whatever. And just show people that a little bit of extra movement a day, like, goes a long way. So
super cool, guys.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for hanging out. Really appreciate you guys. Always love y'all.
I don't know if I'm going to agree the next time my wife gets this crazy idea that we're going to go
on at night. I know.
Right. Like literally 10 minutes before it's bedtime for the baby.
But have a great night, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all on Saturday.
Bye.
Deuces.